Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie.
And here we are, episode number 30. For 30, wow. Yes, for 30 times we have vowed to be respectful and honoring each other and meeting up to talk about our journey, our life's journey. And me, in response to our energy matters, the art of crystal reading, how to learn how to manifest your heartfelt intentions. And I think even the last time we talked about the fact that heartfelt intentions, what a great way to, in a sense, celebrate who we are by saying, the way I do it is I try to remember to do that in my daily meditation as I begin it, to think of what do I want to achieve today? Is it to reach out to my son, to make an effort to reach out to my son, to be sure that I balance my life between work and play in quotation marks, and that kind of thing. And I think it's good because it sets you up for a kind of victory.
Setting intentions first thing, and today I didn't do mine.
Yeah.
But I thought, because it's that time of year with the whole Valentine's thing, I love your self-care, to be kind to yourself. I like that.
That's good. That's very good, to be kind to yourself. I love that. I'm always needing to remind myself of that. So as we meet each time, usually what we talk about is my response to your healing power in your book, because to me, it's like the major theme that no matter how you come at it, and today we're going to be talking about numerology again for the second time, but coming at it from so many different angles is always about the healing, but it's always done with a kind of loving kindness and deep concern, so it's your business, but it's not just a business, for God's sake, or goddess's sake, that it's a matter of helping people move along the path. And
my ex-husband called it a nonprofit. It's my purpose and my passion. Yeah, couldn't stop myself. Still can't.
Makes sense. Anyway, I have 안녕하세요, which is greetings to our Korean listeners, and I had to practice that a lot. 안녕하세요. Greetings to our Korean listeners and viewers on this snow-covered February day. It's melting though, because the temperature's rising. And as an old guy, I worry about ice. And so the ice is melting a little bit on the driveway, and I don't want to slip. So my title is part 2, What is your number? And I'm calling it, What is your number? The Great Cycle of Life, Death, and Rebirth. Now, I don't know why numerology says that to me, but that's a little bit of what I write about here. I say, whenever I return to our energy matters, the art of crystal reading, learn how to manifest your heartfelt intentions, Dena Marie's domain of wonder, healing, and prayerful teachings, super toned to illuminations, casting navigational beacons on her discoveries of the meditative lore of loving independence, the soul, interdependence, the soul to soul of us, the being to sacred being of us, the angelic depth to depth of us, neighbor, seeker, client, pilgrim, trekking along Dena Marie's pathway, marked by bright spark signs telling us, her readers, interpreters, deacons, those professing hope, to learn to awaken, dual driven by heart and soul, by aspiration, by energies of open-heartedness, touched, anointed by joyful mind, self-compassion, self-love, healing, of course, and resolutely to love the other. And sometimes that means the other, if only in our prayerful mind, in our imagination, in our fabrication, as we remain in our golden solitude. We've talked a lot about solitude these past couple of weeks and how important we think it is. We are gleaned from Lady Grace's, that is Dena Marie's, soul search, soul self, crystal guides. Her journeys prepared to lure us to the depths of crystal morphings, occult tellings of chakra energy, the chakra vortexes. She sanctions us, her seekers, her clients, to feel coursing through the body, the life force energy seekers moving through, yearning to be released, unchained from the weight of exclusion, the fear of relationship and connectedness, because sometimes we are afraid of one another, or snarling indifference. As mystic, seer, visionary, sage, Lady Grace summons the holiest of the holy ones, ancient priests, priestesses, shamans, and brings forth their empowering presence to assist her in saving, honoring, restoring seekers, wanderers, nomads, their souls splintered by high wire acts of remorse, incarceration, and mindlessness. And she awakens them to their glorified selves. Amen. I say, add to Lady Grace's arsenal of faith-healing marvels her chartered reading of a seeker's conditioned temperament, soulscape, with her meditative calculations of celestial alignment with the seeker's birth numbers, her truth-telling arithmetic readings in the realm of numerology. Numerology, and this is her quotation from her book, numerology can give you an understanding of what stage of life a person is in and what they are meant to achieve. A number her occult divination uncovers through her arithmetic formula, endowed with years of meditation. I'm thinking that this is what it is, by the way, experimentation, astronomical clairvoyance, and depths of care, caring, and burnished loving kindness. So gather in today, folks, all of you out there, for Dena Marie, the skilled celestial explorer, is going to demonstrate the art and, yes, the science of a number reading with the formula she devised to fathom the client's, the seeker's number and the stage in their life. And she asks, or we ask, so what does it matter? And she tells us why.
I think that we come here without tools. Maybe we have them when we're born and then maybe they're taken away, these tools. And your intuition is probably the most important, which, peace of mind, that's how you get your intuition to actually speak to you. But when I learned numerology or even the astrology, it made me understand myself more. And the more you understand yourself, it doesn't mean you're not pigeonholed. Because when you think you're supposed to do something, your parents want you to be a doctor, for instance, right? Everyone's a doctor. You go to doctor school, and maybe you want to be a dancer, and you see someone's chart and you see someone, their numerology, and this says you are a dancer, but yet you could have went to doctor school and been a doctor and worked on people and been super unhappy. But dancing is what you came here to do. And I got the pleasure to do your chart with your partner. And your astrology, it was just so perfect for one another, being creative, writing, art, teaching, all those things are in your charts. But also the numerology, you're both in a 6 year. And you literally work together. And being in a 1 through 9, 6 is when you're working on projects you've already started. 1 would be starting new projects. Like if you were to take up gardening together at 1, but you probably took up maybe writing and doing your book work together.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, 6, but you're in the middle of it and you're still working together. So if it was a 9 year, if you were both in a 9 year cycle, I'd probably say for you guys to start something different and new, something, maybe take a vacation. that kind of, like you would stop teaching, stop traveling, and you guys quit putting yourself through the ringer, maybe at the exact same time, because you got tired of it. And then you started the project with writing and being creative. And that's just kind of where you're at. But you guys are so cute together because his sun sign is Pisces and his moon sign is Leo. Yours is sun in Leo and moon in Pisces. So you're so much on the same journey. And here you are, fairly happy in your life. So I just thought it was so whimsical, because I could have saw a whole different thing and then the message would have been different. But the message is keep doing what you're doing, and maybe be more appreciative of how far you both have come.
That's really smart, because I think that's where the celebration comes in, but also the gratitude, and I think relationships can thrive on gratitude.
And maybe more flow, less force, more looking up, watching the birds, and then going in and writing. But no, I'm saying no, but I mean, in a positive way, go with the flow. Be more spontaneous. Yeah,
that's always important. I like hearing that, because I think that we're bound to a lot of care of a log cabin, and the environment we live in is very demanding, because it's an old building. It's a beautiful site with 8 acres of woods, but it demands, and sometimes the demanding stifles.
And numerology, I would probably say you two sit down and ask for your life to be simplified with that. And for me, when I hear you say worry, this is the hypnotherapist, and slipping and falling, I don't like it. So I want you to walk easily on the earth. I want you to have wings that you float, but because those words kind of create our world, right? So what we want to do is maybe you guys sit down, and maybe 3 years from now, maybe 2 years, you might be in a different home, and it would be a good time to simplify your life. That's what my numerology advice would be, maybe ponder in the next couple of years making a move.
Yeah, well, we are already thinking about that, but that's what you're saying is very wise, I think, in terms of the intentions. Looking at intentions, and what's in a sense, I mean, you can always say, well, what's realistic? But sometimes I think what we have to do is bypass that and look at what is the soul source. What keeps the energy alive, and I think that's probably a better way to go at it.
And I call it the essence of something. How does it feel, that unseen energy that you have when you're dancing or writing just for the fun of it, or me walking the beach? What's the essence of it? And if it feels good, then we want to keep doing that. But if we're getting to a point where we're frustrated, our low spirits are blocked and heavy, then we want to discontinue that activity, because the essence of that would just get bigger and bigger. And it's almost like a darkness if we live in that all the time.
Yes.
My kids used to say I created the weather with my moods, and I do believe that could be true.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's true. I think we just have to keep I think solitude and meditation helps a lot, because I think that's sometimes where the illuminations come in, and you start recognizing what you need to do for one another, for yourself and for each other.
Well, it's peace of mind. It's priceless. Peace of mind is when you're in a certain space where spirit can talk to you, and you get this insight, this short, sweet, what to do. And when you have the lights turn green, I call it, when you get that, the universe, the wink, then you flow, and it feels good, and you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And when we are blocked, we don't have that time alone, and we're frustrated and confused, then that's when I call it blinders. You're just driving while blind. So time alone. And it's funny how these three chakras, see how small my head is compared to my body. But this is super important. Before you move this, make sure you got some peace of mind and something leading you that's inspiring you, and like imagination, that imagination creates your world. So what are you imagining all day or all night while you can't sleep? Right?
True,
Make sure
yeah.
it's something beautiful. Like I tell people, if you're in a place where you're thinking bad thoughts, and I do this myself, I go on vacation in my head. I imagine, I quiet my mind by pretending, and it works.
Well, yeah, and I think that's when you say pretending, in a way, that's what I do in my writing, because I'm creating a world around me, and I place myself in that world with these characters, and it's some people would think of it as a fabrication, but I think of it as a creation. That world building is what writers do in their intentions and also in their creativity, or even that word is overused so much, creativity. I think it's imagination.
Mhm.
And giving over to it, stepping inside that world when you need to, and sometimes when it gets rough because you don't know where you're going, but to step back and meditate and go forward. And I think we're talking about the same thing with life.
Well, it's true. What we create in our mind is projected out, our energy out here. It manifests in physical form. And I did get the privilege of writing songs, but when we started writing, it was playful. We didn't even mean to write songs. And we wrote these songs because it was a joy. And then we had to make it, and then it wasn't so much fun when we put on an album, because then it was work. But the joy of writing, that's why kids need arts. They need music. They need all of that in schools. Well, adults do too, because it keeps these energy systems spinning. And that's when that's when you get the winks. If you aren't imaginative, creative, inspired, maybe you don't even see the playfulness of this world. It's just a super physical world of making things happen, writing your goals. No matter what, you get them done. It's not fun. Plurking, playing and working. That's what I call my life.
Playing and working, sure, why not? It's
Yeah.
terrific. Yeah, no, I'm so happy we talked about this today, because I think that I will sit down with my partner and explore some of what we just talked about in terms of intention, and also maybe we keep in mind that we need to simplify our lives as best we can, in given our life situation right now. So
And
that's why.
in the book, I have to mention, it's the relationship chapter is about coupling therapy. And I made this up. When you take two energies and you bring them together, they get stronger. But if you don't set your intentions as a couple, then you're going in different directions. So some people just sit down, some people want to move, some people want to have a child, some people don't. And they're not on the same page. But as soon as they write down their intentions together, then they speed up. But for you to have your intentions for yourself, and your partner has his intention for himself, and then you have your intentions together.
Yeah, and thank you. That's a great, and we have to end there, I think. But I mean, it's now in the book, I think it's because I've seen that several times of relationship. You're talking about relationships, relationship reading. I think it is. Yeah, maybe that's what we could talk about the next time, because it's such a call for learning integrity and sincerity in a relationship, and that you're on the same page, as you say, and that's very important.
I love it. You're on the same page and you're a writer.
Thank you. Okay, and now you're going to work, so have a wonderful work afternoon.
It's a beautiful day. I'm excited.
Yeah, excited. Okay, well, good, very good. No, we'll talk, and everybody, goodbye, and we'll see you all again in about a week's time. Dena Marie, bye bye, Dena Marie.